Hello, and welcome to today's program, where we will be discussing some of the oldest animals in the world. Some of these creatures have been around for centuries, and they have some incredible stories to tell. Let's take a look. 1. Ming the clam. Our first animal is Ming, the clam. Ming was a clam that lived for over 500 years before it was mistakenly killed by scientists in 2006. Ming was one of the oldest living animals in the world. He was born in 1490. This incredible creature lived through both the Ming Dynasty and the Industrial Revolution, making him a living piece of history. 2. Greenland shark. Next up, we have the Greenland shark. The University of Copenhagen has discovered a Greenland shark in the Arctic Ocean, with an estimated age of 270 to 512 years, making them one of the oldest vertebrate animals on Earth. Greenland sharks are very long-lived, slow swimmers, and love to swim to great depths. In fact, one he wasn't photographed until 1995, and it took another 18 years before video footage of one was filmed. Greenland sharks are gigantic creatures, standing over 20 feet long and weighing up to 2,100 pounds. These giant creatures have few predators. These animals are not hunted for their meat, as sharks of this species are poisonous to humans when eaten. 3. Jonathan the tortoise. Moving on, we have Jonathan the tortoise. Jonathan is a Seychelles giant tortoise who is believed to be over 187 years old. He was born in 1830 and has been living on the island of St. Helena for over 100 years. Scientists believe it is the oldest land animal currently living on Earth. Slow, gentle, and surprisingly social, Jonathan regularly walks the garden in search of human companionship. Jonathan is feeling great today, but 5 years ago, when he lost his sight and sense of smell, things looked bleak. The governor called in local veterinarian Joe Hollins and fed Jonathan a strict diet of apples, carrots, guavas, cucumbers, and bananas. The lifestyle changes have worked wonders, and now Johnny is living his best life. Another giant tortoise that is 255 years old is Adwaita. He lived in a zoo enclosure until his death on March 22, 2006, at an estimated age of 255. 4. Bowhead whale. Another incredible animal that has been around for centuries is the bowhead whale. These whales can live for over 200 years and are some of the longest-lived mammals on the planet. They are known to migrate enormous distances, and their thick blubber allows them to live in some of the coldest waters on Earth. We tend to think of a high metabolism as a plus, but bowhead whales probably don't. They live in cold water and have a low body temperature, so their metabolism is glacial. The result is longer life and less tissue damage. Bowheads live in the hundreds as a result. According to researchers, the current record holder lived to be 211 years old. 5. Fred, sulfur-crested cockatoo. Our next animal is cockatoo. The parrot is one of 20 bird species belonging to the parrot family Cacatuinae. Life expectancy is generally 60 years, but some individuals live over 100 years in captivity. For example, Fred from the Bonorong Wildlife Sanctuary in Tasmania, Australia, is now 104 years old. Another Australian parrot known as Cocky Bennett, who died in 1916, reportedly lived to be 120 years old. 6. Tuatara Henry. Tuatara are descendants of an extinct group of reptiles that roamed the earth alongside dinosaurs. These scaly creatures are endemic to New Zealand and live on 30 islands. Creatures can live for over 100 years. Henry, one of the oldest living tuatara, is at least 123 years old. He lives at the Southland Museum and Art Gallery with the Tuatarium habitat. Henry and his mate Mildred were still laying eggs together at the age of 111 in 2009, although Mildred was thought to be in her 80s. 7. Jean Comment, the oldest person ever. Lastly, we have Jean Comment, born on February 21st, 1875 in Arles, France, Jean-Louis Comment, who died at the age of 122 years and 160 for days, was the oldest person ever to live and the oldest woman ever. She experienced world wars and the Spanish flu, and in 1888 she met Vincent van Gogh. At 114 she starred in the movie Vincent and I Canada, 1990, and she is also the oldest actress. She started fencing in her 80s and continued to cycle well into her 100s. More than admiration, she lived a fruitful life. Well, that was quite a journey. From clams to whales to human beings, we have seen some of the oldest creatures in the world. It's amazing to think about the stories these living beings could tell us if we could only communicate with them. I hope you enjoyed this program about the oldest animal in the world. Join us next time for more incredible stories.